What's up, gentlemen? All right, so I just got out of ballet, and a question just came up on Twitter regarding what is the easiest way to build size. So let's this question comes up a lot. What is the easiest way to build size / what is the easiest way to build muscle mass? This question requires some reframing. There is no such thing in training as easiest. There's just effective and there's non-effective. So in regards to building muscle, scientific research, historical evidence, everything taken into account, we collectively know that 6 to about 15 reps is the sweet spot range for building mass. If you lift between 6 to 15 repetitions per exercise, sometimes higher than that, that is enough stimulus, that's enough muscular damage, that's enough practice, so to speak, to prompt your body to build tissue. Now, that's the rep range. What about the exercises? For a lot of people, they assume that the big three, meaning the squat, the bench, and the deadlift, that those are the best movements to build size. Not necessarily. Relative to how you are built individually, I'm talking about your body structure, your bone length, your joint size, taking into account the term is anthropometrics, taking your anthropometrics into account, the big three, the squat, the bench, the deadlift, the traditional versions of those lifts may not be the best movement for you. Now, here's the question of, well, what do I do then? I don't know, because I'm not you, and I'm not there, obviously, professionally to assess and say, this movement is going to work best for you. I can say that person to person to person, some people, yes, they will build size just doing the big three, nothing else. But the majority of people, about 80% of the population, you're going to need more than that, or you're going to need to find the variations of those lifts that work for you. Just to give an example, I'll use myself. The bench press is a poor size builder for me for the chest shoulders. I have really long arms. I have a pretty shallow torso in regards to I don't have a really deep chest. Bench pressing does not build my chest and shoulders that much, but incline pressing does. So the 45-degree incline bench, that is the barbell press version that really works for myself. For the deadlift for some guys builds a really dense back, but most guys it does not. For myself, I know that weighted chins and pull-ups and snatch grip deadlifts, those really work well as a mass builder. Just deadlifting, conventional from the floor, not so much. For the squat, same thing. Some guys can get huge legs just from squatting. Some guys, it's going to be more of the front squat that suits them. Some guys, it's going to be a low bar squat or a high bar squat. Some dudes do not have really the hip structure to get good at squatting. They can do it, but you're never going to be great at it. So maybe split squats, or maybe something like walking lunges, or maybe something like a hack squat. That might be the variation that works best for you. My overall point being, just the barbell lifts. If that's all you want to stick to, I can guarantee you're never going to maximize your muscular size unless you are very gifted. And if you are gifted, you'd already know it right now, and you have dropped off listening to the podcast. The majority of guys are going to require 3 to 4, at least 3 movements per muscle group to maximize that muscle development. So for chest shoulders, you're looking at some sort of press, some sort of overhead press, some sort of intermediate press. That could be a dip, that could be a dumbbell press, that could be a seated shoulder press. That could be a seated barbell press, that could be an incline bench press, that could be a low incline dumbbell press. There's lots of, I don't say lots, but there's definite variation to each movement pattern. The point is, overall, when you experiment with trainings, that you find what works for you. And as I said before, if you're trying to build muscle mass, 6 to 15 reps, that's your rep range to build size. If you're going lower than that, that's fine if you want to build maximal strength. But maximal strength development, it's good for short periods of time in training, but that is not the way to train overall year round. 80% of your training time should be building on muscle, should be emphasized building muscle, sticking with moderate to high reps. The other 20% of your time can be spent on low repetition ranges. So in regards to the big three being the panacea that you're looking for, no, it's probably not. And if it was, you'd already know. Good question, and hopefully you guys learned something. Talk to you.